Walking is something most of us do every day. We move from one place to another, often without much thought. Yet this simple action has a quiet power. When we walk, we are not only moving our bodies, but also creating a moment of presence. Each step gives us a chance to return to the here and now. Many people think of walking only as a way to get somewhere, but walking can also be an experience in itself. When you walk without hurry, you may notice that your body begins to relax. The shoulders drop, the face softens, and the breath becomes more natural. This is not something you need to force. It happens gently, as the rhythm of walking carries you forward. In our daily lives, it is easy to become lost in worries or memories. Walking can open a small doorway out of those thoughts. The ground beneath your feet reminds you of stability. The steady pace of your steps shows you a natural rhythm. Without trying to control anything, you begin to feel a quiet clarity. It does not matter how fast or slow you walk. It does not matter if you are on a city street, in a park, or even in your own home. What matters is that you are there, walking with awareness. This awareness transforms a simple movement into something deeper. It becomes not just a way to move, but a way to live each moment more fully. When we walk, our breath is always with us. Often we do not notice it, because breathing happens naturally. But when you begin to walk with attention, the breath becomes a gentle companion. Each step can join with the flow of air coming in and going out. This simple harmony brings calmness to the body and lightness to the mind. Try noticing how your breath moves as you walk. Perhaps one step comes as you breathe in, and the next step comes as you breathe out. You do not need to force the rhythm. Let it find its own natural balance. Sometimes the breath is long and slow, and sometimes it is short and quick. Both are fine. The important thing is simply to notice and allow. When the breath and the step move together, walking begins to feel more complete. It is as if the whole body is taking part in a single, quiet song. The feet, the lungs, and the heart work in a natural unity. This sense of wholeness can soften feelings of stress. It can also bring a gentle energy, like fresh air, entering not only the lungs, but also the spirit. Breathing with each step is not about making something special happen. It is about discovering what is already there. The body and the breath are always here, waiting for us to notice them. With every step, you are reminded of this simple truth. You are alive, and life is moving gently through you. At first, the idea of stillness while walking may seem strange. Walking is movement, and movement does not seem still. Yet, when you walk with awareness, you may notice a quiet center inside you. Even as the feet move, even as the arms swing, there is a part of you that is calm and steady. This stillness is not about stopping the body. It is about touching the place within you that does not rush. Imagine yourself walking slowly along a path. The world around you is changing with each step, but inside, there is no hurry. The air moves, sounds rise and fade, people pass by. Yet in the middle of all this, there is a space that feels at rest. It is like the sky above the moving clouds. The clouds drift, but the sky remains open and vast. This kind of stillness is always present, though we often forget it. Our attention is pulled toward noise, toward duties, toward thoughts that never seem to end. But walking can bring us back. With each step, you can feel both the motion of your body and the steadiness of your inner being. The two are not in conflict. They belong together, like the wave and the ocean. When you discover stillness in motion, walking becomes more than exercise. It becomes a reminder of the calmness that is always possible. No matter how busy the world appears, there is a quiet center that cannot be shaken. Each step on the path can lead you back to this unchanging ground within yourself. When you walk, the world is speaking. There are sounds close to you and sounds far away. Perhaps you hear birds in the trees, the wind moving through leaves, or the steady hum of cars on a road. Each sound is part of the living moment. Often, we push these sounds aside or treat them as noise. But when we walk with open ears, they can become part of our path. Listening while walking is not about searching for something special. It is simply allowing the world to arrive in your ears. One sound may rise, another may fade. You do not need to judge them as pleasant or unpleasant. They come and they go, like waves touching the shore. By noticing them, you are joining with the life around you. Sometimes you may hear footsteps, your own or those of others. This rhythm reminds you that you are not separate from the earth. Other times, you may notice silence between the sounds. This silence is not empty. It is a soft space that holds every note. Walking with this awareness, both sound and silence become companions. When we listen in this way, the world feels more alive. A simple walk down a street can open new layers of experience. The call of a bird, the laughter of children, the creak of a gate, all become part of the same song. Walking then is not only about moving your body forward, it is about opening your heart to the voices of the world and letting them guide you into presence. Each step you take creates a rhythm. Heel, sole, toes, then the next foot follows. This simple pattern is like a drum quietly playing beneath you. Most of the time, we do not notice it. We are walking too fast or thinking too much about where we are going. But when you bring your attention to your steps, you may hear a natural music rising from the ground. This rhythm is steady, but it also changes. On soft grass, your steps are light. On stone or pavement, they may sound firm and clear. On sand, they sink and rise again. Each surface shapes the rhythm in its own way. By noticing this, you begin to see that walking is never exactly the same. Every path gives its own voice to your footsteps. The rhythm of walking can also affect the rhythm inside you. A slow step can bring a gentle calm. A strong step can awaken energy. When your feet find a balanced pace, your whole being begins to move in harmony. The body feels supported, and the mind grows quiet without effort. Listening to your footsteps does not mean you must count them or control them. It means allowing the sound and feeling of each step to be present. In this way, the rhythm becomes a reminder that you are part of a larger song. With each step, you are in tune with the earth, with your own body, and with the moment you are living. When we walk, the whole body is involved. The feet touch the ground, the legs carry us forward, the arms move gently at our sides. Even the head and shoulders shift slightly with each step. Often we forget this, because walking feels automatic. But when we pay attention, we can see the body as a living harmony of movements. Notice how your weight changes from one foot to the other. Feel the muscles of your legs working quietly. The arms swing without effort, balancing the steps. The back supports you, and the breath flows in and out. Walking becomes a dance in which every part of the body has its place. Nothing is left out. This awareness of the body does not require analysis. It is not about naming each muscle or trying to walk in a perfect way. It is about simply feeling what is already there. Each step is a chance to return to the body, to notice its strength and its softness. This gentle attention can bring a sense of gratitude as you realize how much your body does for you each day. Sometimes the body feels light and full of energy. Other times it may feel heavy or tired. Both are natural. By walking with awareness, you learn to accept these changes. You see that the body is always speaking to you through its movements. Listening to it while you walk, you may find a deeper connection with yourself, one that is steady and kind. Each time your foot touches the earth, there is a quiet meeting. The ground holds you, supports you, and allows you to move forward. Often we forget this because the contact feels so natural, Yet when you walk with awareness, you may notice a strong sense of connection. The earth is not just under you, it is a partner in every step. Feel the firmness of the ground when you walk on stone or pavement. Notice the softness when you walk on grass or soil. Each surface tells a different story. Hard ground gives strength and clarity. Soft ground offers comfort and gentleness. By paying attention, you learn that the ground is alive with qualities that touch your body and your spirit. Walking in this way is like saying thank you with every step. You may begin to feel gratitude for the support that is always there. The ground does not ask for anything in return. It simply carries you, whether you move quickly or slowly, whether you are joyful or tired. This steady presence can remind you that life itself offers support in unseen ways. When you walk and feel the earth beneath you, there is a sense of belonging. You are not floating apart from the world. You are part of it, held and sustained. Each step is both a movement forward and a moment of connection. To walk is not only to go somewhere, it is also to return to this bond with the ground, a bond that is as old as life itself. There are times when the heart feels heavy. Worries, fears, or sadness can make it seem difficult to find peace. In such moments, walking can be a gentle medicine. Each step is simple, each breath is natural, and together they begin to soothe the heart without forcing it. When you walk slowly, the body begins to release its tension. The shoulders ease, the hands relax, and the chest feels a little more open. The steady rhythm of the steps offers a quiet comfort, like a soft voice saying, "It is all right to be here." Even if thoughts or feelings continue to arise, walking creates a space around them. They do not need to control you. They can pass like clouds, while your steps remain steady beneath you. Calming the heart through walking is not about escaping from pain. It is about giving yourself the kindness of space and time. The path holds you, the ground carries you, and the simple act of walking allows the heart to breathe again. This is a very human way of healing, available to everyone. You may notice after some time that the heart feels lighter. The worries may not disappear, but they lose their sharpness. The rhythm of walking has softened them. The world around you feels more open, and within that openness, the heart can rest. In this way, a simple walk becomes a quiet refuge, a way to return to peace when life feels difficult. When we think about walking, we often focus on the step itself, the foot lifting, moving, and touching the ground again. But there is also something important in the space between each step. In that small pause, there is a gentle opening, like the silence between notes in a piece of music. As you walk, notice what happens when one foot leaves the ground and the other is about to land. There is a brief moment of suspension, a lightness where you are neither fully here nor there. This moment is often overlooked, but it carries its own quiet beauty. It shows us that walking is not only about arrival, but also about transition. The space between steps is a reminder that life itself is made of transitions. We are always moving from one moment to another, from one experience to the next. When we pay attention to this space, we begin to appreciate the flow of change. We see that there is no need to rush, because even the pauses are part of the journey. This awareness can bring a deep sense of ease. You may find that your walk becomes softer, more spacious. Each step is clear, and the space between them is just as important. Walking in this way, you are not chasing after a destination. You are living each part of the movement fully, including the spaces that are usually unseen. The steps, the pauses, the flow, they all belong together. By noticing the space between each step, you discover that even in movement, there is room for quietness and peace. When we walk in nature, something inside us often softens. The trees, the sky, the air, and the earth all seem to welcome us. Each step outdoors becomes more than movement. It becomes part of a larger conversation with the natural world. Walking among trees, you may notice how the air feels different. It carries the scent of leaves, soil, and sometimes flowers. These scents are gentle reminders that life is all around you, growing and renewing itself. The colors of nature also speak quietly. The green of grass, the blue of the sky, the shifting light of clouds. They calm the eyes and ease the heart. The sound of nature can guide your steps as well. Birds calling, wind moving through branches, water flowing over stones. These sounds create a soft music. When you walk with open attention, they seem to move with you. The world feels less like something outside, and more like a friend walking beside you. Nature also shows us patience. A tree does not hurry to grow, and a river does not force its path. When we walk in these surroundings, we may remember that we too can move without hurry. The natural world teaches us to trust the rhythm of life as it unfolds. Walking in nature does not need to be far or grand. Even a small park or a quiet garden can offer these gifts. What matters is being open to receive them. Each step then becomes a way of honoring the earth and allowing its gentle wisdom to touch your heart. Walking is a practice of balance. With each step, the body shifts from one foot to the other, finding support again and again. It may seem simple, yet within this, shifting is a quiet lesson. Balance is not a fixed point. It is a living movement, always adjusting, always renewing itself. As you walk, notice how your body leans forward slightly, then steadies as the foot touches the ground. The arms swing to keep you centered. The head remains upright, while the rest of the body flows beneath it. All these small adjustments happen without effort, showing the body's wisdom in keeping balance. This balance is not only physical, it can also be felt in the heart and mind. Some days you may feel light and joyful, other days heavy or restless. Walking reminds you that balance is not about removing these changes, but about moving with them. Just as the body shifts weight from side to side, the heart can find steadiness even while feelings come and go. Every step becomes a reminder that balance is not something we reach once and keep forever. It is discovered in the act of moving, step by step. Even if you stumble or feel unsteady, the next step gives you a chance to return. In this way, walking teaches patience and trust in the body's natural rhythm. By paying attention to balance while walking, you may begin to see the same truth in daily life. We are always adjusting, always learning to stand again. Each step shows that balance is not about perfection, but about living fully in each movement as it is. In many parts of life, we are taught to move quickly. We hurry to finish tasks, to reach goals, to arrive at the next moment. Yet walking can remind us that slowness has its own beauty. When you walk slowly, each step becomes clear. The world around you opens in detail, and life no longer feels like something rushing past. Walking slowly does not mean dragging the feet or forcing yourself to move unnaturally. It means allowing each step to have its own space, its own time. The foot lifts, moves forward, and touches the ground with ease. The body follows without tension. In this pace, you can notice small things that would otherwise be lost. The way sunlight falls on a leaf, the warmth of air on your skin, the sound of your own breath moving gently. Slowness also gives rest to the heart. When you are not chasing after the next thing, the present moment feels enough. You begin to see that life is not only about destinations, but about the path itself. Each slow step says, "This moment matters." Even in a busy day, a few minutes of slow walking can change how you feel. It can bring calm, clarity, and a sense of fullness. By giving time to each step, you give time to your own life. To walk slowly is to live fully, one moment at a time, without needing to rush toward anything beyond this very step. Every path we walk has something to show us. A straight road may speak of clarity, while a winding trail may remind us of life's twists and turns. A rough surface teaches patience, and a smooth one offers ease. When we pay attention, we realize that the path itself is always teaching, without words, without demands. As you walk, notice how the path shapes your steps. On an uphill climb, you may slow down and breathe more deeply. On a gentle slope, you may feel lighter and move with ease. A narrow path requires focus, while a wide road gives freedom. Each condition shows you something about how you respond and how the body and mind adjust. The path also reminds us that life is not separate from the ground we walk on. Every stone, every curve, every stretch of earth becomes part of our journey. By walking with awareness, you begin to see that challenges and comforts alike belong to the same way forward. Both have value, both help you grow. Sometimes the path is familiar, other times new. Yet in each case, it offers guidance. It teaches patience when the road is long, and gratitude when the way is easy. It shows us that no step is wasted, because every step brings experience. To see the path as a teacher is to walk with openness. You no longer hurry to the end, but learn from what is beneath your feet. In this way, walking becomes more than travel. It becomes a lesson in living, step by step, with the world as your guide. Walking may appear to be the most ordinary of actions, yet when we give our attention to it, walking becomes a path of quiet discovery. Each step can open a doorway to presence. Each breath, each movement, each sound of the earth beneath your feet reveals that life is already complete in this very moment. The lessons of walking are simple, but they reach deeply into the heart. They remind us that we do not need to rush, that balance is found step by step, and that stillness can exist even as we move. The ground supports us, nature offers us its gifts, and the path becomes a gentle teacher. In walking, we discover that peace is not far away. It is already here, carried within each step we take. As this reflection comes to an end, I want to express my gratitude for those of you who have taken time to listen, for those who have shared kind comments, for those who have offered support through likes, subscriptions, super thanks, or membership. Please know that your presence is deeply valued. It is a gift to walk together in this way, even across distance. May your own steps, wherever they take you, bring clarity, ease, and a quiet joy. And may the simple act of walking continue to guide you gently back to the life that is here, waiting for you in every moment.